out of Spokane now. Spent an extra night here. It's been, yeah, you know, it could have been a worse stay in Washington. Had a good couple of days. Hopefully I can come back for a better week, but it's a beautiful state. Whoa! Wake up, everybody. It's a beautiful state. But today, now that I'm feeling better, and I got some breakfast, I'm gonna go and find some stuff to get into on my way to Kalispell and around Kalispell. For the next 2 days, I'm gonna be doing stuff in Glacier. So part of today for me also is going to be planning planning my my attack of Glacier. I looked at some of it, but you know, being sick made it kind of difficult to do any of the planning I would have normally done. So playing a little bit of catch up in that sense. But hey, you know, that's how we do it. Kind of wing half of it anyways, so it's almost like normal. But right now, looks like we're gonna be moving our way into the French fry state. Well, not called that. Idaho, the land of potatoes, of the Yukon Golds. I'm actually like, it said I'm a half mile from the state line, so I'm like looking for the sign so I can do like a quick like check it out. But yeah, I'm gonna do like I think I'm gonna do about an hour drive because I pop into the Panhandle and I'm gonna be driving north up the Panhandle and then back around the top of the mountains is the quicker way to get into Kalispell in Montana, rather than have to go all the way bottom and around and all of this. So yeah, hey, Idaho. Hey, hold on. Here we go. Movie magic. Dramatic zoom for effect. Welcome to the land of Idaho. This is what happens when I get cooped up for days on end. You should, dude, look, last night, I just gotta tell you guys real quick that like yesterday I started feeling a lot better. And I mean, until like last night I got a headache and I was just like, and I still couldn't sleep. So I'm actually, a lot of this energy is also just the caffeine to get me where I'm going. But yeah, I was in the room and I was like watching Harry Potter and like singing songs at the movie and like making up new dialogue for it and stuff, just like back and forth to myself for like 4 hours. Because that's what you do whenever you get cabin fever. Got that cabin flavor. So anyways, this is long-winded. We got shit to see. Alright, that's it. We're on the road. It's lunchtime. I think about, I don't know, 40 minutes off the Canadian border on the on Highway 95 or something like that, and sitting in traffic, getting a little hungry, to be honest with you. Can't really figure out why. This is somewhat of a view of the Moyi River, but it's the canyon. Here's the dam they put in, which I think it's owned by. Yeah, get on with that loud noise. It was built for the nearby town, so it's basically just for Bonner's Ferry. And if you follow the canyon back that way, that goes to Canada. And this bridge itself is cool. This is the second tallest bridge in Idaho. And the tallest bridge is over the Snake River. That's pretty cool. One thing I will say is the drive up Highway 95 is amazingly beautiful. It just gets more and more beautiful. The mountains up here along, the closer you get to Canada, man, it's stunning in these huge, wide sweeping valleys and the farms and everything. And they could use more of these overlooks, or like some of these like little pull outs anywhere where you could just like peel off for a second, because really what it turned into is trying to like play the most dangerous game, which is just like trying to look at stuff while you're driving. You know, and filming stuff was almost impossible. I tried to get some stuff, and I think I got a few things on the drive, but I mean, they just, you know, they're just basically like, you know, no touchy, look, no touch. So, but it's stunning and it feels nice. It actually, in the sun, is a little warm today, but I'm in the shade right now. Plus I got my rag top down, so feels good. This first proper spot that's not just like a gas station that I could stop, so I'm just gonna hang out for a second and enjoy it. Trees. Yeah. Got, I don't know, maybe a couple hours or something into Kalispell. It's a nice day. those crosses. Let me turn this down. I just wanted to, I know that was a really quick shot, but there's just something interesting that they do here in Montana, and I think it would be interesting if this happened in some other places too. But those are permanent, and I know that I know people put memorials up and stuff, you know, but literally for every motorist fatality, they mark it there, and it's like a permanent marker. And you know, and it's been one of these things where, like, as I'm driving on this road, you know, it's like, you know, I think I mentioned earlier that it's easy to kind of gawk, and you're just like, oh my God, look at it. And I'm not gonna lie, you may or may not even be able to hear in a couple of my videos, I'm like, you know, getting rumbly on the strips a little bit. I'm safe, and it's never a deal, you know. If I ever feel like it's a danger, I just want you guys to know that I err on the side of safety. I absolutely won't do it if it's going to put myself in danger in any way. And usually the moment I hear strips, I just like bail on the video, you know. But anyways, but you know, it's like I'll be driving along and I'll be like, oh man, you know, like what a great view. And I'm like looking at the view, and then one of those will pass by, and I'm like, oh, because, you know, it's exactly the kind of spot where, like, you're looking and you're like, oh, it's beautiful, and then, you know, and the same thing in like tight turns, and you'll come around the turn and you'll see a couple of them there, and I wasn't able to get a shot of it, but it was really, it was frankly kind of like a shock just to see it, and kind of a marvel. I wish I had a picture of it, but there was no way to count how many crosses, and they weren't like on top of each other, because had they done that, it would have been like a wall. And so it was like a bunch of them in different shapes and sizes, and then there were some that were like punched out so that they could be added in and stuff, and it was just intense, you know. But it makes you think about it, you know. It makes you think about being safe. It makes you think about, you know, about what can happen when you're not paying attention out here. And I don't know why it hits a little bit different, you know. I mean, it's because, you know, like I said, you know, we all see the little memorials, and I think, you know, the memorials, you put them out, and, you know, they'll last for a while, right? You know, like, as long as someone is tending them, and then, you know, like all other things, they go back to nature. But these things are permanent. They're metal. They're not going anywhere, and they look fresh. I think that the state keeps track of them, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was really interesting and wanted to share that. Well, I'm in Kalispell, and these guys have been rolling in. And one of the things I heard on a radio, the only radio station that I could get while I was in the mountains, said that there were severe thunderstorm watches for, well, it said central and eastern Montana, and I was under the impression that I am, whoa, watch out, guy, firmly in a western Montana configuration. However, these clouds are not confirming that suspicion. So I got a hotel room. I'm not camping in a thunderstorm. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but me and lightning don't really mix. Haven't for a while. Had some bad words a few years ago, and we've been avoiding each other, so I'd like to keep it that way. Said some shocking things to me you wouldn't even believe. Hey. So anyways, look, I'm pulling in to my hotel parking lot in a very haphazard fashion. There we go. I think I'm in the lines. Now I'm gonna go get checked in. Well, it's about 10 after 7, and I had a little snack and stuff. I've been hanging out. Not really doing a lot, because I'm going to be going into Glacier tomorrow, and I lost an hour today. I was moving slow, lost an hour. Plus, I am kind of tired. But I'm going to tell you, I barely got my ticket to get in, our reservation. For those who don't know, there are a number of these parks, the popular parks, where you have to get a daily reservation for entrance at a certain time, and they only give so many out a day. And once they've done them all, and you've done your entrance time and everything, once they've given them all, it's just, they're gone. They're unavailable until the next day, and they release them at least in the case of Glacier at 7 p.m. the night before. So for here, there's 3 different ones you can get. So there's one for North Fork, which is like the western side of the park. Excuse me. Hold on one second. All right, that's better. When I went to the store to get myself some food, I bought cough drops, so I wouldn't have to give out any more free intermissions before my cough was gone. And here I am. I was in danger of doing it again. So, but so they have one for North Fork on the west side, which I'm going to. Mini Glacier, which is kind of like on the east side, like northeast side of the park, close to Canadian border. I mean, everything is all close to Canadian border. And then a special one for Going to the Sun Road, which is like a 50-mile drive that is pound for pound one of the most, spectacle-filled drives probably in America. I have it on good authority that that's the truth. Have not done it yet, and that's my plan for tomorrow. But I'm going to have to be Johnny on the spot. And today is my lesson in that. Because it was like 3 minutes after 7. And I was trying to go do what, by the way, is apparently the only thing more competitive than getting a reservation in Glacier, which is use the laundry at this hotel. I was walking to the elevator with my bag, and this guy just goes to jam his door open, and it he had the lock on it, and it just goes bang, and he closes it, and opens it back, and he goes, "Sorry, man." And I walked to the elevator, And he goes, "So how's it going, man?" like, I'm like, "It's going all right." He's like, "You going to Glacier? If you're going to Glacier, you better get your ticket." That's what I'm doing right now. And I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "I am trying to go to Glacier, and I was going to be getting a ticket." And he's like, "Well, you better get on that." And I almost got on the elevator, and I was like, "No. I better go run back and get my phone." So I mean, it wasn't a long run, but I bolted back down to my room, grabbed the phone, and it started like plugging the shit in. And I made it back to the elevator in time. Not that it made a difference, but in that amount of time, okay, which was less than 10 minutes, I went to look, and literally the only time available was 6 a.m., and there were only 43 left. So, if you're here, if you're in like July and August, you got to be on it. So lesson learned for tomorrow, I am going to be sitting here like I'm a scalper trying to buy Michael Jackson tickets or some shit, because I'm just going to be jamming on the, give me the ticket, I need it now. I mean, like, seriously, there's going to be some competitive shit going down. But I'm excited because, hey man, when it's that competitive, it's for a reason, man. And if you've seen any pictures, which if you haven't, I mean, you're welcome to wait and see what I show you. But just like type in Glacier National Park and click on the Google images and just look at the first handful, and you'll understand. It's one of the most iconic places. If you don't know it. So now that I'm done rambling about that, now I'm not going to be doing too much else tonight. Kind of taking it easy. 7:15. I'm going to keep fighting the good fight on getting my laundry done. Everything except for except for the shirt that I'm wearing, and maybe a couple of pairs of socks, were all just like sweated through. I kept thinking I was done with my sickness. I just had to keep changing. So I just need to wash all of it. Cleanse myself of the plague. Yeah. And then, I don't know, I actually was thinking about doing some painting and stuff tonight. Just hang out, listen to some music. I'm watching some Bob's Burgers, the kind of low-key night. But yeah, it's been a nice day. It was a nice trip over here. I think half the state of Montana and maybe even half of Canada took umbrage with my decision to drive 60 and a 70. But they all got by me, and I got out of the way plenty of times, but I was taking my time. Plus, my car is running on a hamster and a half, so I mean, sometimes it just doesn't want to do that work. And, sometimes I make it, but like today I was just like, I'm just enjoying the views. I really wish that there had been more opportunities for me to like really show it off, I mean, the problem is that is actually there just weren't as many opportunities presented. And some of, I'm going to tell you, especially on Highway 2, like Highway 95, north from Coeur d'Alene, and then Highway 2, and especially through the Kootenai area. It was phenomenal. All these like sweeping valleys and huge mountains, and super pastoral. It was heavenly, man, and I wasn't about to rush any of that. So, okay. That's a long enough talk about nothing. So, I'm going to get off of this. I'm running my other camera. Look, caught on camera. I got it running for doing time lapse. It's the right direction for some sunset stuff. And the sun is actually trying to kind of sneak in here. So I'm hoping I can get some good shots of the clouds rolling around, maybe some good colors. I'm going to put something in. So whatever it is, you'll see what the result is with me. So I hope y'all all had a great day as well. And that's day 44 in the books. Closer and closer. Tomorrow, day 45, beginning of Glacier. Have a good night, y'all. Peace. A bird just hit my window. Peace.